Morning and welcome to Daybreak Plus on WGRZ Plus. And it's always a great broadcast when it starts out with, what?
Oh, just looking at the map.
The temperatures
it's still 3
are
below zero. It's what time is it? It's 9.
It's 9, yeah.
It's still 3 below zero.
What's that is just...
It's cold.
That's what we call...
Oh, it's warmed up.
There you go. Call me. That's what we call stupid cold.
It is stupid cold.
Man, oh man.
We've been, I think what's the coldest temperature? I think 12 below is the coldest Buffalo's been. Bottom line is, it's just been 6 years since we've been below zero.
Yeah, and I remember there was one spell in February where you're like 5 days in a row that we were below zero.
Okay.
And that
February of what year? That was probably 2015.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, absolutely.
That came to mind for you.
Yep.
Right away.
2015 or no, because I'm judging it from the graduation dates of my kids.
Exactly,
yes.
And I remember it because it's the February before I interviewed here. And I just remember people talking about, oh my gosh, you just missed the coldest February ever.
Yep.
Anyway, and that was in 2015.
So you're gonna add 20 to that for us over the next day or so, right?
It is gonna begin to warm up now.
All
Pete, see you later.
See ya.
Tomorrow, temperatures. I should say this afternoon, temperatures will warm, but it's going to be just as cold as it was yesterday, minus the snow. Okay. So 6 below in Cattaraugus, 9 below in Ellicottville. By the way, Lake Erie is at 33 degrees. Ice is developing rapidly along the edges, and I think we're at about 50% ice cover now. For today, 15. There was room for a few, and maybe still a few flurries around the lake. Those will go away. Tonight, 14. So it's going to be a good, 15 to 18 degrees warmer tomorrow morning compared to this morning. And then tomorrow, there will be some snow showers in the afternoon, but highs back into the mid-20s. Still below average, but a little better. There are some of the light snow showers. This is the very last of the lake effect, bringing some snow showers right to the water's edge there in Buffalo. Looks like it's heading into Ontario, and that'll be about it. And we're going to see a dry weather pattern. There will be plenty of sun today, but clouds will be increasing out ahead of the next system that we're watching. This one here, that will bring snow showers tomorrow afternoon. You'll see that here on Future Look. There goes that little piece of snow up to Canada, then it goes away. Notice the increasing clouds with temperatures in the mid-teens. Overnight tonight, not as cold. Here it is, 5, 6, 7 in the morning. We're in the mid-teens. And then here come the snow showers in the afternoon. And there are signs there might be a quick little lake-enhanced snow plume develop during the afternoon and evening commute tomorrow. That could slow things down a bit. There we go. Yeah, a little lake effect going on tomorrow afternoon. Temperatures in the 20s this time as opposed to the single digits we had yesterday. And then on Friday, hey, for the big Today Show Buffalo Bills WGRZ rally going on at City Hall. We'll tell you more about that in a sec. Temperatures are still going to be cold, but just not as cold as today in the mid-teens. And then just a couple of random snow showers off the lake come Friday. Snow for tomorrow, an inch or two is what we're thinking, but it's about the timing. Some of that will come down as people are hitting the roads tomorrow afternoon. Long range forecast, dry on Friday, Saturday too. Temperatures coming back to earth here. Upper 20s on Saturday, low 30s on Sunday, with Saturday night and Sunday featuring a few snow showers. And the next week looks pretty tame with temperatures in the upper 20s to low 30s. For the south towns in the southern tier, our weather impact alert continues today for the cold. Snow tomorrow. A couple of snow showers off the lake on Friday. Saturday, we're in the 20s, low 30s, upper 20s, low 30s on Sunday with some snow showers. And then that Arctic air, Pete, is gone by, tomorrow. So much to navigate here. Here we go.
So many toys to walk around.
I found my furniture.
Now, quick question for you. Yeah. Tomorrow's snow, because yesterday, it arrived a little bit earlier than we thought, and then
in the afternoon, right?
Oh, 11:30, 11 o'clock.
That's a little earlier than we thought.
We had 2 or 3 inches of snow in the time Claudine and I were doing an interview down at Shays at 11 until about 11:45. And probably 2 inches of snow downtown.
Well, that's the snow that came up from the south towns, and then it went all the way up to Niagara County.
Right.
And then it came back during the afternoon commute.
Yeah, and Kenmore was right in the pivot, so it's
So you got
never
it.
saw a break.
Right in the pivot,
But
right.
are we expecting something that?
Oh, tomorrow afternoon?
Yeah.
I think, yeah, there could be, an hour or two where the snow picks up in intensity tomorrow afternoon, but it won't be as cold. But yeah, heads up for the commute tomorrow.
Something to talk about in this longest week of the year. They just get longer and longer as the Bills go further and further, right? Yeah, we're getting closer to the AFC Championship game. I know we're only halfway through the week, but we are expecting to hear from head coach Sean McDermott and Josh Allen during today's media session with the Bills. We have crews at One Bills Drive asking the important questions about the biggest game of the year for the Bills so far. Anticipation at an all-time high as the Bills look to finally get past the Chiefs in the playoffs. Two on your side is doing its part to get Bills Mafia all hyped for the game. As Patrick mentioned a little while ago, we're going to help you get hyped up this Friday morning. Join us on Daybreak as we team up with the Today Show for a special Buffalo Bills pep rally. It's going to be right in front of City Hall, Niagara Square. The steps of City Hall will be kind of our stage. It starts at 6 o'clock on Daybreak, and we'll also be live on the Today Show during the 8 o'clock hour, part of a special feature where the Today Show will be visiting all four cities with teams still in the hunt for the Lombardi Trophy. So let's show the nation what Bills Mafia is all about. And I mean, it's going to be a morning where you got to dress like you're going to tailgate, right?
Yeah, it's not the sub-zero cold, but be prepared for the cold if you come out because you're going to be outside for a while. But what an opportunity just to kind of show off Bills Mafia, the spirit here on the Today Show, and now a world audience.
Yeah.
Because the Today Show airs all over the world.
Right.
And that's going to be cool. And I'd love just to compare our presentation, how we represent compared to Eagles fans, Commanders fans, and Chiefs fans.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully, and think about this. The size of those four cities.
Right.
You got the nation's capital, Philadelphia. Yeah, Kansas City. We're so tired of them. But it's a big. It's a city that crosses two states.
Yeah.
Half of Kansas City's in Missouri, half of it is in Kansas, and then we got Buffalo.
Yeah.
Right. A population that is just minuscule compared to those other places.
But going old school, Buffalo's got a spirit.
I love
proud.
it, and we're going to see it hopefully, and you can join us on Friday.
Yeah, so we're going to be kind of telling you about more of the plans as we get closer to that,
Yeah.
whether food trucks and whatever. But we're going to make it a party.
Yes.
As we get ready for the big day. But one person who really knows what Bills Mafia is all about is offensive tackle Deion Dawkins. Did you catch this? Cameras captured a pure, heartfelt moment on the sidelines during Sunday's game against the Ravens.
Hey, yo, I know that you got to lock in it, but you ever just look at the fans, like just looked at them? You ever just like took a second and look at them? It's the prettiest thing in the world. It's beautiful. Our people, man. I love them to death.
There's another view of that from further back.
Who was he talking to?
He's just talking to someone else on the bench. It's during the game. He's on the bench and he's just looking back at the crowd. It's just so cool.
You can see as steam is coming off his head.
Yeah.
He sounded a little emotional there, which was like, I mean, if anybody connects with Buffalo as a member of the Bills, it's him.
Well, there are so many pro athletes that have either come back or stayed here that have no connection other than they played here and were touched by the fandom. It's, we've got a lot of former Sabres and a lot of former Bills, so it's a great town. We know it. Well, another fan favorite who we got to get back here, Ryan Fitzpatrick. We need the Fitz magic, right? No doubt he got the fan base amped up when he was the legend of the game this past Sunday. He took the jacket off. He should have taken the sweater off too. But listen to that. We got to hear how he felt in that moment of the pregame on the latest episode of Fitz. What's his podcast?
It's Andrew Wadsworth or
Fitz and Wit. Yeah, so he talked about the game day experience from tailgating right up to that big moment where the shirt came off in 17-degree weather.
Alan Wadsworth was a jazz fusion drummer So I got the idea of that guy's name right, but it was a different name.
Yeah. Well,
And I'm telling you, when I ripped my jacket off with nothing underneath, that had to be the closest I've ever felt to being a rock star in my life. I mean, the
you
crowd
lived it, buddy.
went crazy. It was an out-of-body experience. I don't know what I said. I don't know what I look like. Now there are plenty of pictures to show me what I look like, but pretty cool experience. I had my dad there. I had my 3 boys there right on the sideline. So it was a really neat thing to be able to share with my family and with the fans in Buffalo.
look at that head of hair. Boy, he's
beard is-
Gallivan-esque.
He's got the Gallivan genes, no doubt about that. Because his hair is so thick, but the beard is like the density of that hair is pretty insane.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I could grow a beard for 3 years, and this is what it would look like. I mean, it just doesn't happen.
He's just the face of Bill's Mafia.
It is, and in a great face it is.
Yeah, and the hairy chest of Bill's Mafia as well. Speaking of the game this Sunday, as fans know, it was a rough game for Ravens. Mark Andrews, he had a rare fumble. I mean, it was a great play by Benford, but it was a rare fumble for him, and he also dropped a pass that would have tied the game. Now, Mark has type 1 diabetes, and since the game, Bill's Mafia has done what, well, Bill's Mafia does. They raised $57,000 in counting and donations for Breakthrough T1D, the nonprofit, which was formerly known as JDRF, and uses donations for research and advocacy programs. So it is just so cool.
And I just saw that the Ravens just had a thank you on Twitter, thanking the Bills Mafia for doing it. They see it and they've recognized it.
Yeah, and Craig Melvin pointed it out yesterday when we talked to him on Daybreak. He said, you know, pure class. And he's right. I mean, we get a reputation for breaking tables and going crazy, but I mean, it's a classy gesture. Every time there's a need, Bills Mafia steps up. I was going to say we're not the city of brotherly love, but we are the city of good neighbors.
There we go.
We're going to show Philly that we're the real ones. All right, we are celebrating Western New York also with a local take on a song that's become the Bills Mafia victory anthem. I was in the studio as Goo Goo Dolls founder Robbie Takak and the local band Letter to Elise put their own spin on the Killers' classic, Mr. Brightside.
The place was going nuts when they were singing the Killer song, which is such a great song.
Gotta be down because I want it all. Started out with a kiss, I really end up like this. It was only a kiss, it was only a kiss.
So exciting, and I thought to myself, wow, that is so amazing. It's just sad that they're from Las Vegas, you know?
Robbie gave me a call the other day and he said, you know that Mr. Brightside song? It's a great song, but the worst thing about it is it's not by a Buffalo band.
I just felt like, you know, Buffalo loves that song right now, and I thought it would be great to just sort of bring it into the community a little bit more, you know.
You know, if you got a stadium of however many thousand people singing it along, it should come from a Buffalo band, so here we are making our version of it.
People get really excited about it, and it makes me excited, and when my community gets excited, I get excited.
I saw the press conference of Josh Allen saying that his #1 goal is to have Bills Mafia singing Mr. Brightside in the 4th quarter, so hopefully it's with this one.
Got some of the Bills Mafia involved, and so I don't know, you know, we're just doing it kind of for fun to see what happens. We're going to throw it out there, do a little video tonight, and you know, just, you know, support the Bills. Go Bills.
Yeah, go Bills. And kind of a cool side note, Elliot, the singer for Letter to Elise, his dad used to work with us here on Daybreak in the studio.
Really?
Yeah, and I actually was also Elliot's hockey coach when he was this big.
No way.
And this is kind of, I could say this because his parents have already put it on social media. He's going to be on The Voice this upcoming season.
No kidding.
Yeah, so
way.
There you go, breaking some news right here on daybreak-plus.
That's awesome. I love that.
All right, well, speaking of hockey, as I just was, and I always do, the Sabres, wow, coming off a big win. Get this, they actually came back in the 3rd period.
Wow.
to beat Vancouver last night 3-2. Tage Thompson scored in the first. Vancouver scored 2 in the second. And then in the third, Yuri Kulik scores from the slot. And then you just saw J.J. Peterka putting the game winner in the back of the net for the Sabres. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, boy, he had a game. He's racked up 32 saves for the win.
Yeah, I think we've talked about adversity. A couple tough breaks in the second period. You got a weird bounce off the stanchion where, they get a bounce. They end up getting a goal. We go down 3-2, break a stick. They go back the other way, and we have no stick and score a goal. So I thought we dealt with that. I thought we played a strong third period. We got traffic in front of their goaltender, which I think we needed. He was seeing the puck pretty good. He made a couple big saves in the second period on 2-on-1 rushes, but good effort from the start to the finish.
I'm sure William gave you the update at the end of that one, right?
Yes, he loves to break it down in a nice morning text, and yeah, he was excited. And again, he was like, "You're never going to believe this, Dad. They came back."
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
All right, well, now we're going to switch over to weather. Take a look at this. We're used to the wintry weather here, but the south is blanketed in snow following the latest round of winter weather. It is a once-in-a-lifetime event for millions of residents on the Gulf Coast. On your left, you see Florida's Panhandle. They saw 3 to 6 inches of snow. And that on your right, with people sledding down the street, that's New Orleans. Stunning scenes playing out across the Deep South as a rare and dangerous winter storm cripples travel by air, road, and closes schools. Priscilla Thompson is there.
From Texas all the way down to the Florida Panhandle, an unfamiliar sight, snow and ice.
We're not necessarily used to walking in a winter wonderland here in Florida.
Blizzard-like conditions slamming the Gulf Coast.
It's a little bit like, are we preparing for just a one-day storm, or are we about to not have water for a week?
3 inches of snow reported in Houston, 6 in Lake Charles, and more than 10 in Rayne, Louisiana. Historic snowfall, creating chaos in the air, with more than 2,200 flights canceled after airports in Georgia, Texas, Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, and Florida shut down or suspended operations. Drivers also wary on the roads.
It's just too dangerous. I don't want my car slipping and sliding.
In Mississippi, this truck appearing to narrowly miss an ambulance. Major highways frozen solid in Louisiana. NBC's George Solis is there.
Highways and roadways around Baton Rouge are closed today out of an abundance of caution, not just concerns of the snowfall, but icing as well.
On the East Coast, frigid temperatures.
It's freezing cold. It's unbearable right now.
The lake effect snow causing Buffalo's mayor to declare a state of emergency. Officials tonight warning that ice will continue to be a threat.
Air temperatures are going to be near or below freezing, and ground temperatures are just above freezing. That snow could melt and then instantly refreeze.
As the storm marches east, residents bracing for more snow, sleet, and freezing rain. Priscilla Thompson, NBC News, Houston.
This wasn't like, as you saw there, like token snow. This was the real stuff. A couple of inches in Houston. Some reports in and around Louisiana of 8 to 10 inches of snow and true blizzard conditions in New Orleans and in Lake Charles. So crazy. This is about an 18-hour loop of what that snow looked like on radar across the Gulf Coast, even into parts of, I saw one report out of Pensacola, 10 inches of snow. Really? I mean, that's shatters records, okay? So that's now they had a coating of snow in Myrtle Beach and up through the Cape, and it looks like that is done. All right, back here at home, we are dealing with, again, some minor lake effect snow showers, kind of still kind of flirting with Buffalo and downtown. Those are going to fade pretty quickly. The next system we're watching is this one here. That'll be here later tomorrow. Current wind chills are anywhere between 20, or let's say 8 and 20 below zero across the region. And again, this morning, we went down to 3 below. The first sub-zero temperature in Buffalo in 6 years, January 31st of 2019. That month, we actually had 4 mornings go below zero, but since then, nothing. All right, future look. Temperatures do warm up into the teens today. Clouds increase with a southerly breeze. And then for tonight, overnight lows staying in the teens, so it'll be warmer. And then some snow showers in the afternoon. And here's that little burst of snow that could move through downtown Buffalo and then head south during the afternoon and evening commute. So that could slow things down a little bit. So a heads up. Temperatures are warming, but the snow isn't completely over with. And then on Friday, temperatures are going to be still chilly in the morning. In the teens, we'll get into the low to mid 20s on Friday with just a few snow showers off the lake here or there. All right, long range forecast looks like this. Warmer numbers are ahead, but still below freezing. 20s through Friday, Saturday. Sunday, we should get into the low 30s with the chance of some light snow showers Saturday night into Sunday. Monday and Tuesday, temperatures, again, a lot warmer than it's been. But this weekend may be a nice weekend to kind of go enjoy this new snow. I know the snowmobile trails across southern and central Erie County, and then, of course, across the southern tier, are loving this new snow. All right, the cold, though, has one more day, and then we've got some snow showers across the south towns and the southern tier tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night. A few snow showers on Friday, and there again is your weekend with a chance of some snow Saturday night into Sunday, but it looks nominal. Not much.
You still haven't figured out the most direct path through this.
Well, there's a path in life I'm trying to navigate, not only just a path in here.
Very good. All right. Well, we've been talking about school closings here in Western New York because it's cold and the snow, but also it's back to school now for some students in Malibu since the wildfires impacted much of Southern California. Brittany Hope has more as students and staff take their first step toward normalcy.
Welcome back. A warm welcome back to school.
This is our first day, first full day in a long time, but we're going to try to make it as normal as possible.
With puppies, posters, and bubbles.
Well, we haven't been to school in 21 days, so so I think that's probably why we're here.
What are you most excited about finally being back to school?
Seeing my friends.
Webster Elementary in Malibu has gotten hit back to back. First, it closed in December because of damage from the Franklin fire. Then, right after winter break, the Palisades fire began.
Right now, my understanding is about 65 of our students' families have lost their homes.
Felix, who's in kindergarten, manned the bubble machine at drop-off and spread smiles to everyone around him, despite his family experiencing immense loss.
We're in a hotel right now and just kind of exploring all the options that are there. This is a strong community. We'll get through it.
Some students' homes are still standing, but many are just getting back to their neighborhoods for the first time.
We've been traveling for 6 hours away.
Because you evacuated over 6 hours away?
Yeah. I've been at home for a few days, but when I was away for 19 days.
Yeah, it's been rough. Glad the kids are back to school.
Back at school, back with their friends, back to some sort of routine during a time that's hard to grasp, even for the adults.
Our big point today is to make sure socially and emotionally that our kids are okay. And our teachers, they are professionals. They know what to do and know how to support our kids, and that's exactly what we're doing.
That's awesome. One step at a time towards normalcy. But you're talking about some communities, no grocery store, no post office, no nothing. It's far from normal.
Yeah, and you kind of thought, where are they going to go to school? What? Right. Yeah, and that one girl, 6 hours away is where she had to relocate temporarily. So, and building these homes back, how many construction crews are available to do? Yeah. Hundreds and hundreds of homes all at once.
Yeah, I had a good friend who lives I have a good friend who lives in Long Island, right near the shoreline. And when Superstorm Sandy came in, that took years for the work to be complete. He had to raise his house 10 feet, but it took years for those neighborhoods to not have dumpsters in them. I can't imagine how long it's going to take for Southern California to be back to normal.
Yeah.
So, all right, well, we've got one quick look at what we're working on today. We're working to learn more about some police activity on the streets of Buffalo early this morning. Officers were called to this spot on Washington Street, right near Virginia, just after midnight. This was the scene. The whole area was taped off, but what exactly happened is still unclear. We've reached out to city officials. We're still waiting for them to come back to us with more details. And New York State Police are asking for your help in finding this missing Lockport woman. Troopers say 44-year-old Danielle Hart was last seen on Friday in the area of Transit and Robinson Roads. We are told that Hart is 5'6", has blue eyes and blonde hair. You can contact state police if you have any information on her whereabouts. And this morning, one person is in the hospital after a fire in Amherst. A half dozen volunteer fire companies responded to the home on Joe McCarthy Drive a little after 9 o'clock last night. Fire officials say they received the call for a living room fire. They say everyone was able to get out of the house, but that one person was taken to the hospital. We're not sure what the injuries, what the nature of the injuries were or how serious, but the fire did cause an estimated $125,000 in damage, as they still are looking for the cause. Acting Mayor Chris Scanlon is set to make a major announcement tonight. Scanlon didn't specify whether he's announcing a bid for mayor, but he says he's making a, quote, major campaign announcement. That'll be at the Barrel Factory. That's in the Old First Ward at 5:30 tonight. And the Dingus Parade is returning for its 5th year. It is happening April 21st, 5 p.m. in North Tonawanda. The Neighborhood Watch chairman released a statement saying, quote, each year this event grows bigger and better, and we're thrilled to see so many families, residents, and visitors coming out to celebrate us with us this big event. And of course, all the Dingus Day events will be ongoing in Polonia as well. And you know what? It's getting more expensive to stream your favorite shows. And it seems like every time there's a new show, you need a new streaming service, right?
Yes.
Well, Netflix is raising the price of most of its U.S. plans. The prices will increase anywhere from $2 to $2.50. The last time Netflix hiked the price of its standard plan was back in 2022. Meanwhile, premium plan subscribers saw an increase last year or a year later in 2023. And once again, another streaming service price hike.
Is there a show you're watching right now?
We just wrapped up with Shrinking on Apple TV. Oh, great show. Great show. Not as good as Daybreak, but good.
I'm watching Landman. Check that out.
All right.
I think it's on, I don't even know what it is. Somewhere. It's a great show.
That's good. All right. Well, it's incredible and a little scary that the Bills are now just one win away from a trip to the Super Bowl. If you're traveling to the AFC Championship game this weekend, you can expect a warm welcome from Bills backers in Kansas City. Courtney Courtright shows us how some bars in the area are getting ready for the Bills Mafia takeover.
That was intense. That was very intense.
It was a close game, but one that came with a reward, a spot in the AFC Championship game in Kansas City.
It's going to be crazy. We'll be wall-to-wall blue in there from Friday through Sunday.
Grant Tower is one of the owners of Taps on Main in Kansas City. It's a Bills backers bar in Chiefs Kingdom. Tower grew up on Buffalo spirit.
My brothers are my partners in Taps. Us being born and raised in Kansas City, but as Bills fans, we've kind of waited our whole lives for this little rivalry to happen.
They're getting ready to welcome Bills fans.
Every time they're in town, it's the best weekend of the year for us.
It's a similar story about 20 minutes outside of Kansas City in Parkville.
We're going to have all hands on deck here.
Alan Burns is from Buffalo and a longtime Bills fan.
We love our Bills fans. We love it when people from Buffalo come in.
His Bills backers bar, Al's Bar and Grill, is expecting to fill up too.
Takes a lot of preparation and we're going to be swamped.
2 places offering no better place to be for Bills fans in enemy territory on Sunday.
We're going to sell an awful lot of chicken wings. It's going to be as big as it was last Super Bowl, I think.
When Bills Mafia is in town, we sell as many chicken wings as we usually do.
And both are cheering for Buffalo.
It feels like this is what we've been waiting for this year. Let's do it.
And a more than 3 decades long wait for a Bills return trip to the Super Bowl.
I'm 70 years old. I'm running out of time. I would really like to win the Super Bowl. At home, I have the shirt, just one before I die.
All right. So, any plans to where you're going to watch the game? Just going to stay at home, or?
I have not. I don't know yet, quite frankly. Kind of have a tradition this year of watching the game with my son, which has been really. Usually, I would kind of go to parties and things, and now I've been kind of doing that since he's developed a love for the. What about you? I'm available.
Well, come on over. I mean, the 6:30 game and the 2:30 wake up, kind of, but probably at home.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us for Daybreak Plus. Have a great day.